Hey guys, it's Jason of the Tech Truth here, back for another one, and we're going to talk about Ring for a second. So today we're going to talk about the Ring Spotlight Cam, and specifically version 3 that came out in 2020, well, late 2023. I know we're already into 2024, haven't had time yet. And then we're going to compare it to what would be considered the Ring Spotlight Cam version 1. As you can see from it here, here's the new one. It's got a way better look to it. They've changed it a little bit in terms of how it looks. For the most part though, the features are the same. It's got a light, your sensors. It's got a way better microphone on it if you look at it. It's got a way better speaker system on it. The actual connection part hasn't really changed a lot. Same way. I'm going to get off the ladder now so I don't fall on that and talk about it a little bit more. So I've been using the version 3 now for, I'd say, 6 months or more. I did have the version 1, and for those of you that are sitting here going, well, I already have this one, is it actually worth me upgrading to the Spotlight Cam? In my case, that's the Plus you're looking at. And I'd say overall, probably. There's been a lot of feature improvements. Not only do you now have more than just a plug-in on that one, you could, although mine still has the plug-in, you can also add up to 2 additional batteries to it, which in case of power failure or anything, if you're connected to your wireless and it has a UPS and it doesn't go down, I know, long shot, but you're gonna get extra. You're gonna have no downtime to it. In terms of the way it connects, I find the connection is a little bit. It's better. I don't know if it's that much better that it's worth rerouting it for. Just the way it connects in. I actually find that the old one, it was easier to replace the front part of this because it just snapped right into the back, and you could just twist it off and it would just come right off. You could put a new one on, replace it. If the back part wasn't ruined, you could easily just switch it out and send it on its way for a warranty, if that's what it came down to. The new one's not that nice. Same length cord, it's still pretty long, so that's all right. But I think the features is where you're really going to see a big difference. The microphone that is in the new one is way clearer. You can hear it a lot better. The it also you can hear things way farther away with the new one. With that one, if you're talking to people, it's clear. They can hear you easier with that. The addition of the bird's eye view that if you watch some of my other if you watch some of my other TikToks or YouTube videos, you'll see that one of the newer features in some of the newer ones is the bird's eye view, where you can actually see where people are walking in your yard. It has it on the floodlight. It has it on the Pro doorbell. All of them in there now. It's in this one. You can actually use that, or you can use the old system, which is nice, which is just essentially the sensors shows you where you are. It makes a big difference though. I think the biggest thing with the bird's eye view is that it's easier to set up where you want to have motion, whereas on the old ones, which is like the version 1, you just kind of set your parameters of your home or your yard, and that's the area, which can be big or small, doesn't matter. It can be out more than 9-10 feet in that case, and it'll tell you where people are. The problem with that is that sensor is really based on it's based on different technologies. So people driving by with their lights, if it's raining, anything like that, it sets it off, right? Like, I've played with the settings and they're not sensitive enough for that, whereas with this new bird's eye view, I literally have a set location radius that I can set, and then I can further define it within there, and anything outside of that radius doesn't get caught at all, unlike the old one. It's been much better for things like lights, people movement, animal movement. I've had some issues where it hasn't been sensitive enough, and in those cases I've turned off the smart shoot, I just forgot the name. Sorry about that. There's a smart sensor, and there essentially it'll set it for. Do you want to set it only for people? Do you want to set it only for or for everything? And I found that that was actually making it to the point where I could drive into my garage without even being caught, and that's not what I wanted. So I turned that off. It's gotten a lot better in that case. So it's the sensitivity is really increased in that regard. But at the same time, I don't have the areas outside my home being turned off. Like if somebody drives by with a car, it's not setting it off. If somebody's walking outside of the area and have a shadow, it's not setting it off. So it's been really a lot better in that regard. So what I, if I was looking, would I pay for an upgrade? Probably. Between the sensors, the microphone, the speaker, the settings, the new features that are in some of these new cameras. I honestly think that if you're still on a version one, maybe even a version two, that you might want to look at going to the higher end Spotlight Cam Plus in this case, just to get some better feature sets, have more control, be able to control sensitivity a lot better than you could before. It is still wireless in my case, so it's not the elite cam where you can PoE it with a cable, power over Ethernet with a cable. So I still do have times where I do lose my connection and I have to turn off the power to it and reset it. Or another big issue with this one is I find I have to actually reset my router, let it go through its startup process, and then not this one, but the new one actually will connect again. So there's some sort of Wi-Fi issue that I think isn't as clear as it or needs to be fixed in here. And speaking of Wi-Fi, one of the nice additions is 2.4 gigahertz only in the old one. The new one also includes 5 gigahertz. So if you have a router that's close, your signal is going to be stronger. It's going to be faster. It's going to refresh a lot easier. It's going to just overall going to be a better experience for you. If not, you still have the 2.4. Again, although the 2.4 is great and has a longer range for connecting, it has a harder time with streaming video than compared to the 5 gigahertz signal on these. So it already only has, I believe 2 antennas in it. So you're not getting like 3 or 4 like some other products have, or some of the new technology has. But still, if you can get it 5 gigahertz and you can get a close enough router and a signal to it, it honestly it streams really well. No problems there. So would I do it? I did it. It was worth it. If you're thinking of doing it, I would do it too. This has been Jason of the Tech Truth. We'll talk to you next time.